Hi, Kelly. I'm just trying to center my mat. I think my camera thing got all messed up. The thing that holds my camera. So I'm still playing with this kit, which unfortunately it says unavailable to order right now because we're not doing back ordering and they must be out of stock. But I had to take a sip of my coffee. So I have a Nerd's Rule cup that my friend Leah gave me a few years ago, and I love it because I am a nerd, and yeah, I embrace that. Okay, so I made this card last time I did coffee and a card, except I changed it up a little bit because I wanted to make more cards out of this kit than what it made. So I cut the card bases in half and trimmed them down a little bit and matted them on white cardstock. So now it's on a white base. I did some sponging around it. And because I did that, I got smudges everywhere else. Oh well, adds character. So there's that card that's based on the directions. And this card also, the only thing I did different was cut the card base in half and trim it down to put it onto a white card base. So you can definitely do that. And then I thought this paper was cute. So that gives me some more of this paper back here from the card base to play with. Okay, so then I decided I wanted to make a card that was not following the directions. And I made this card. So I want to show you how I did this card because there is a technique on here called floating strips. So you can kind of see how the strips look like they're floating above the card. It's super cute. If I hadn't put these big candles on top, you would see the effect more, but I just needed the candles on there, so there they are. And I added some ribbon from my stash and did a little bit more sponging, and this is from the card bases that I cut down. So, and this is just on a white card base. So I'm going to show you how I did that. And then here's all the pieces. I got the stamp set. I cut out some circles using Stitched Shapes, which is also a retired product. But we have other circle dies, and I wish I had those. I need to order them because I would prefer for this technique not to have the stitching around the circle. So I look through all my dies. Sometimes our die sets have circles in them, but none of them really had a circle that was big enough. And so I ended up going to my Stitched Shapes retired set, but I'm definitely going to get the circles that we have because they don't have the stitched. I love stitched everything, but for this technique, I didn't really want the stitching. So I went ahead and I die cut those out from Window Sheet. So Window Sheet is a product that we have, and it's acetate. So if you like to be repurpose things, this is the kind of stuff that comes in packaging from things that you buy at the store. And I like to do that too, but the Window Sheet's nice. It comes in 12 by 12 and it goes a really long way. And you can use it as a card base, which is also fun. So these are just leftover pieces of paper. So I'm gonna get out what I need to make the card. And I organized all of the elements in this kit, so I have them in bags. So it makes it easy. There's my card base. It makes it easy for me to find stuff. This is the adhesive that came in the kit. Here's all my strips that were, now these strips were left over from when I trimmed down the card base. So that's where I got the strips. Here's the die cuts. And then here's how I cut. And I'll show you how I did that. So I got my strips here. Good morning, Mary. So I'm just gonna grab this stuff out of here. I got this, my little cakes, little cake die cuts that you layer on top of these. And it just makes it easier when you, I love to like punch everything out and then organize it. It's fun. I love to do that. I get a lot of joy out of these things. Lots of layers of joy. Okay, so this is how I cut my card base down. I had made enough of 4 by 5 1/4 layers to make the cards, these cards right here. So I got enough to do those, and that's what those will be for. And then I was left with a little piece of paper. I was left with some card bases left, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, I need to drink some more coffee. Thank you, coffee. Okay, so these are cut to 4 1/4 by 2, which I find is a great size to have on hand of any DSP. So when you have a ton of scrap paper and you're not sure what to do with it, if you have strips of paper, you can trim them to 4 1/4 by 2. This makes a great layer on your card. So that's what this is right here. And it goes all the way from one end to the other. So these are great sizes to have on hand, or you can make them 4 by 2, which would then layer on top of a mat. And then I make a lot of pocket cards. So I cut these to pocket card size, which is 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. But these will also look cute layered on a card. So, and then this is the stuff left over from the envelopes, because I opened up all the envelopes to get this cute paper, which I just think it's adorable. And yes, I could have used them as envelopes, and I did like them as envelopes because they're solid on this side, but I just could not resist doing that to use the cute paper. And I might even use this to go, some of it to go on envelope flaps, which is how I prefer to decorate envelopes anyway. So there's all of those pieces. So now we got our strips over here to play with. Some are skinny, some are wider. So I have these pieces, which these make great when you're cutting down stuff like I do. This size makes really lovely banners. Excuse my voice. It's been gone for a while and it's driving me crazy. So to make banners, I just like to cut up the middle and then cut from one side to the other. And now check it out. I got this really cute flag, and someone sent me a message on Facebook. There we go. Okay, so there's that cute little flags that you can make with that size. So I've got a few of those. We'll set those aside. Okay, and then on my floating strip card, I can use any width. On my sample, I used a wider width of strips. Maybe for this one, I'll use some skinny ones just to change it up a little bit. And that's some scrap for cutting out some strips. So I wanted some strips from the envelope paper, which are in here. Okay, and then I had trimmed out some candles. So these candles are trimmed out from this piece from the card kit. Okay, so I don't know, they're all mixed in here. So let me just, there's some of the glitter paper from that. Okay, here's a couple more candles and the glitter. Okay, and I should have one more piece of the glitter paper. There we go. Good. So I cut out 3 candles, and then I cut out 3 of the strips from this to coordinate with the candle. So now I'm going to get 2 cards out of this layer because I cut them apart. Okay, so we'll get those over here as part of our card. There we go. And I do like to fussy cut, and that's what I did. I just snipped them out to do that. Okay, and that doesn't belong there. So we will work on the floating strip part of this card. So I'm gonna get an acetate or a window sheet. I wonder if you could see it better if it was on my silicone craft sheet. No, not really. But I'm gonna need my silicone craft sheet, so I'm gonna pull that out. Maybe on a darker piece of paper. How about this envelope? I don't know if you can see that better or not. I can see it better, but I don't know if you can. Talk to me in the comments because I look at them and I'd love to interact with you. So Kelly says, of course, sponging. Yes, of course. I like to sponge. All right, since I have these stitch marks on here, I might as well have them facing up the right way. And I'm gonna go with some skinny strips this time because why not? All right, so I have that one, that one. These two are from the card bases. And I'm not sure I cut any of the skinnier ones from the envelope paper, so I might have to do that in order to get, or I could just go, I'll just alternate these. So then that, and then that. Yeah, so the envelope paper strips I had made wider because that's what I was working on before. And it's challenging to cut strips of paper into skinnier strips of paper. So I'm not gonna try that right now. I do it with a Post-it note. So I can hold the skinny piece of paper with the Post-it note. It gives me something to hold on to. There we go. So I'm gonna put those over there. So now we have some strips. These are cute. Okay, so now we're going to glue them onto the acetate, and we'll use, get the silicone craft sheet out. I'm gonna move these over here because these have a little bit of adhesive on them. I don't even know if these are worth saving. No, they're not big enough, so we'll just throw them away. Okay. Rub off any adhesive that's sitting on top of there, and then we'll get our strip of paper, and I like to glue on top of there on the silicone so it doesn't get all over my craft mat and then mess me up when I'm working on my projects. So there's one. I am loving this adhesive that I'm using. It is the Stampin' Up! Stamp and Seal. There's two kinds. There's Stamp and Seal, and then there's Stamp and Seal Plus. This is just the regular Stamp and Seal, and I'm loving it. It goes on smoothly. I've had a lot of success using it. I guess the Stamp and Seal Plus would be a stronger adhesive, so I need to try that one out. It's taken me a while to try it. I don't know. I just got used to the adhesives I was used to using. And change is hard for me. So, but I'm finally using it and I love it. So I need to try Stamp and Seal Plus and see if I love that one too. Okay. So I put the strips on the window sheet. And now I'm going to trim off the excess. And I don't like to use my snips when I'm trimming adhesive because then I get adhesive on them. And these are just my crafting scissors, and I don't mind them getting adhesive on them. Then it wipes off easy anyway, but there we go. So we get that. And now I have those lovely strips on there. So to make it float, we're going to use these awesome foam strips. And we do, these were in the kit, but we do have these in the catalog. You can buy foam strips. And they are good for this. They're good for making shaker cards. So and you just trim it off to fit. And you're hiding them behind the strip. This is a very simple technique, but I just think it's fun. Whoa, come here. That one went flying away. Whoa, okay, I ended up pulling two of them. I'm like, why is that piece so wide? Oh my goodness. So we've been having fun at our project club. Project club is once a month. This summer I offered a special that if you signed up for the whole year of project club, you saved a little bit of money. But you could still join the project club. So in February, I think we're going to meet February 26th. And we're going to make a file box to put our cards in. And also, hopefully, we can make a couple cards to go in there too. My problem is I tend to underestimate how long it takes us to do something. So sometimes I plan a little more than we can actually get done. But I'm excited to do that. And in March, I'm going to try for the first time ever to have a Stampin' Bingo event. Both virtual and in person. I'm going to try to do them at the same time. The virtual and in person, because I think it'll be fun. More people can be involved, but it will be different for me. I've never done it before, but I like to try new things. So I'm using my Take Your Pick tool to pull off the paper on the adhesive. Uh-oh. My mouse is going crazy. There we go. Okay. If you're watching and haven't said hi in the comments, could you do that for me, please? It's hard to tell if, I see Mary and Kelly, but I don't know if anyone else is watching right now. Okay. So there we go. We're ready for that. My issue with acetate, with the window sheet, is I tend to smudge it up. So I have to remember to kind of hold it around the edges. Because it is like a window. It gets fingerprints on it. Okay. So then I'm just going to put it on the card where I want it. And look at that. The strips look like they're floating above the card. I just think that's so much fun. So much fun. So then we'll just finish this. This is a simple card just to finish up. Just use a little bit of glue if I can get it to flow. There we go. Maybe. Come on. It wants to challenge me today. Let me try a different one. There we go. This one was standing up in this cute little 3D printed stand that I got from my friend's son, I think made them. Super cute. It's got like little feet on the bottom. I love it because it keeps my glue ready to use. So I'm just going to pat that down. When you're gluing things to glitter sheets, you need to use liquid glue or glue dots or dimensionals because the tape runners don't tend to work very well for that. Okay, now I could go ahead and pop this candle up on there instead of gluing it on flat. I glued it on flat last time, but I think I might go ahead and pop it up some more and see what that looks like. I don't know why I put glue up there. I don't need that there yet. Okay. Oh, wrong piece. Need this one. I'll press that down. I'm using my pinky because my other finger has glue on it. It's kind of tacky. Yay, Stampin' Seal. Okay, one more candle. A little bit more challenging to put glue on that one. Okay. I think that I'm going to not sponge this card. Ah! It's a little bit tacky for some reason. I don't know. I got glue where glue doesn't need to be. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pop these up onto the card and see what that looks like. Just because I can. There. Next week, I saw, for Coffee in a Card, I saw a really cute fun fold that I'm going to do next week. I'm excited to try it. Wow. This is real life crafting right here when your stuff does not stay together. It's all fun and games till your stuff falls apart. Oh my goodness. I'm doing a live video and every few minutes my Messenger chat window is popping open. Like, stop. I can't see the comments. Okay. So let's put these on. Yeah, I think that's kind of fun, the way that's popped up like that. And one more. There we go. So there you go. I'm not going to put the rest of this card together because it's super simple. You just layer it up. But there is the floating strips. It looked really cute without the candles on it, but I just wanted to use the candles. So it kind of covers up the floating strip thing. But you can make a card with the floating strips and then put a smaller thing on it so that it's not covering up the cool effect of that. But that's our card for today. Thank you for joining me. And I hope that you will try this, this fun technique. Happy stamping!